Alright, hello everybody. This is some gameplay I did of Company of Heroes. I haven't played in a while, so I just figured that I would make a video. I just got Xfire recording software, and I'd been trying to record videos before using debut video recording software, and I couldn't do it because it would just show a black screen. And so I figured, hey, might as well make a video now. So here I am, playing Company of Heroes. And so this is like, I'm not playing it, I'm just doing a narration of my gameplay because I couldn't figure out how to do it using Xfire. So yeah. And so I'm playing this other guy. He's a Panzer Elite, and he has things like kettle guards and stuff like that, and so I'm like thinking that he's gonna like do a major territory grab, so I'm running out and I'm grabbing territory as quickly as I can because those kettle guards are super annoying if they get in your rear. Sounds funny. So a lot of people, what they do with the Americans, and I've actually played somebody, I think their name was Company of Sewers. I remember them very distinctly. I played them twice. Company of Sewers and Company of Brens. Me and my friend Jeff played them. And they were a pain in the butt. They just spammed rifleman squads and then spammed light vehicles and then like destroyed me and my friend. It was like terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, that was really bad. I hated that game. The game was bad. But like he charged one of my MGs and was able to like crawl through it, and so I hate that, so I never do that. I don't really spam. Well, kind of do a little bit, but not as bad at all. Alright, so this game is getting like towards the end of my major territory grab, because here he comes, and so I'm like, oh no, run away, and I'm like, oh, there's my rifleman squad, I'll send him over. So I send him over, run him away, and I'm like getting ready to fight him. With the Americans, major amounts of infantry comparatively to the Panzer Elite, because Panzer Elite squads are 3 for 250 manpower, and rifleman squads are 6 for 750 manpower. And so, like, Panzer Elite squads are better. I think if you think man for man, they're better. But Americans have massive like more people on the battlefield, which is like, depends on your style of play. Like, if you like mobbing, like me, then it's much better. Right there, we were kind of at a standstill, and I decided to mob and charge, because he only has 6 men, and I've got 12. Which, if you do the math, like, they're not that much different. They are different. Like, Panzer Elite units are better, but they're not that much better. 2 squads to 2 squads. My 2 squads will win. But there's a lot of things that the Panzer Elite have, like light vehicles, that just like pwn everything. And they can get Panthers way easier. So right here, I beat him back. Early skirmishes are very important. And I was able to like push him back, push him through, and sort of like he doesn't come back for a little while, so it gave me the opportunity to do a major territory grab, and like I'm really looking forward to those bars. I really wanted to get them like early on, but it took me a little while, longer than I wanted, but they did come later on. So I'm just like capturing a ton of territory, He hasn't really attacked yet. His next attack's not going to be for a while. I always go Airborne Company. Airborne is the best because they've got the recoilless rifles. Now, some people might disagree. You know, they've all got their different strategies, but I say that Airborne and Riflemen are the best. Airborne with recoilless rifles, Riflemen with bars and sticky bombs and grenades, and just together, they just like destroy everything. If you get enough Airborne. And also, Airborne are kind of expensive, and so, like, if you have a mob of just Airborne, it's like, if they get any snipers or MGs or anything and you lose a couple men, then it's like much more expensive than if you get like 3 and 3, somewhere around there, and then it's like, okay, you lose a couple Rifleman squads and Airborne squads, and it's like, not as expensive as just like straight Airborne. I hate it when I lose a ton of Airborne, because they were so expensive. So right here, he's gonna attack, and on the other side, which is what I would have done. Like, he knows that all my men are on one side, and so he's like coming through here. That built position right there slows him down, which is what I had hoped it would do. I mean, it did cost 200 manpower, so it's like almost a squad, which would have been nice. Oh, and that MG lasts there for a while. It was very like smart of me to put it there, because it's like a very central location. Like, I use it, that area, to travel across the map quickly, because traveling through like the water is slow, and when you think about it, you don't want to like put your men through the water. But oh, and then he gets a mortar and starts hammering on the position over there, and that's eventually what takes it out. But I'd say I got my money's worth out of it just by holding that point there and distracting his mortar. So he finally broke through, and the fixed position gave me enough time to like get out another squad, and you know, so I'm moving over there while I get those engineers over there to steal his oil, because oil for the Panzer Elite is like liquid gold. They need the oil in order to get light vehicles, and if they don't get their light vehicles, then they don't do so well. And so me stealing his liquid gold was a good idea. I also kind of have the mob mentality type thing, where it's like the mob goes and attacks and destroys, and then splits up, captures, re-mob together and attack. That's like what I do. And generally I have Riflemen and Airborne. I've sort of perfected this after a couple years of playing. I'd say I was actually better at it when I first started playing, just because I had more of the mob, bigger mobs that were stronger, sort of. You guys can't see my hand motions, but I'm like emphasizing the bigness of the big mob. It's like little mob and then big mob.
Composition B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
I don't normally pre-record and then like play. I gotta figure out how to do that on Xfire. But normally when I make a video, which I've only made like 3 or 4 videos, but only like 2 of them are up on YouTube. Normally I like play and record, but my software wasn't working for Company of Heroes and a couple of my other games, and so I couldn't play any games and record it, which sucked. So, oh wait a minute. Yeah, it did suck. Okay, I just lost my train of thought there. Yeah, that, which sucked. So right about here, I pretty much decided that he's lost, because there's not much that he can do except mob against mob and then try to win, but he never does that. He always runs all the time and runs a little bit too late, and so it's like not good.
Hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying my amazing gameplay. Even though I'm not actually that good. I've been playing for a couple years, but I'm not that good. But I haven't played in a while, so yeah. It's like a lot of you people that are like playing, have played Company of Heroes a lot are probably like, wow, this guy sucks. His commentary sucks. And he's like, oh, I could have gotten an MG right there, or infantry half track, because Panzer Elite don't have MGs, which I always hated. They don't have any like suppression weapons. You gotta just like hope that the scout car suppresses the units, which I always thought was very disappointing. And sometimes infantry half tracks can suppress, but not like a regular suppression weapon. And so it's like, oh, but I could have got an armored car there and killed all of his infantry right away, and then he would have lost. And I would love to play some of you guys sometime, those of you that think you're better than me. Even though you probably are.
Engineer replacements are mustering now.
Alright, so now that I've got my mob up, I'm really starting to do some damage to him. I control quite a bit over half the map, so I'm getting like a ton of different resources, which would be really useful if I ever had to use grenades or sticky bombs, which I think I only used sticky bombs twice this whole battle, towards the end. I left that squad there for most of the battle, I think, or if not all of it, just to make sure that if he did attack on that side, I would have something to like slow him down a little bit while I moved over my blob.
Oh, we'll take it, all right. Construction finished. Okay, people. Check your ammo. Clear your sights.
Alright, so right here I was deciding to have my engineers go down and build a medic station, because like when you have a blob of infantry, medic stations are like the best. And so it's like you get your units back. In one of my previous battles with me and my friend Jeff, I built a medical bunker, and I had a grenadier squad, and my grenadier squad turned into 5 grenadier squads as the battle continued, because I would like lose 2 people, and then I would like move them around the other side of the bunker and re-heal them because I was defensive general, and then I would go back around and attack, and I'd lose a couple people, and then it would reform the squad, and then I had 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then I was like pwning him, and I didn't have to pay for like any squads. It was nice. I loved that. And I don't understand, like, he got a Panzerschreck when I obviously have a ton of infantry. Like, Panzerschrecks are not the best option. You want to go for, like, machine guns. And he left that machine gun squad out there to die. He just, like, let them die. And I'm just like, why would you sacrifice your men like that? And then I decided to get all high and mighty and attack his base. But then I was like, no, that's not a good idea. And I actually gave up my position over there because I decided to get all high and mighty. So I'm building tank traps across the road, even though that won't do anything since tanks can drive down that hill. But I just decided to do it anyways, since for some weird reason I just thought that like putting tank traps on the road would help. Which I guess it slows them down a little bit, or it makes them go around or whatever, but it really doesn't do much at all, unless you like build it across. And right here I was like building up my men, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm out of money, or out of manpower, and I'm like, oh, I better stop upgrading that so that I can get my squads up to full strength.
AT paradrop is now available.
So I'm just like sitting back here with my blob of infantry. Paratroopers coming down to reinforce. He hasn't moved forward yet. And then I was decided I needed to get a triage center, but I didn't have the resources. So I was like going back out here, and he's gonna destroy like one of my tank traps, and you know, he's got his infantry. And I'm like, yes, triage center. Triage center heals all my men. Medic station picks up men and reforms squads, in case you didn't know that. Triage center, I think USA's only one that has a triage center. The German Wehrmacht, or Wehrmacht, his W is pronounced like a V in German. The Wehrmacht have each squad cost ammo, and you can heal them out on the field of battle whenever you feel like it. Grenadiers have base upgrade that makes it so that their men heal when they're in the base territory or in a forward base territory. British don't have anything, I don't think, because they kind of suck now. And then USA has a triage center. I ran that squad because that's my normal tactic, is like as soon as the squad gets down to like 2 people, run it, but leave the rest of the squads there if they have got a good amount of people. But their runaway route was the shortest and not the smartest, and so my men run straight into battle right there. And so from that point on, I decided not to attack around the side like that, but to go up into the middle and attack across the bridge. Because then my men will run straight in. And then the triage center really helped out, healing my men as I reinforce the squads. Because having a fully healed reinforced squad is way better than a squad that's just reinforced. Because some of them like might have like a bullet wound in their leg or knee. Took a bullet to the knee, and so they can't like run as well. Can't be good soldiers, you know. So this will give them a bandage on their knee because they took a bullet to the knee. Yeah. And then one of my squads was being dip-tarded. No, all my squads except one were being dip-tarded. Dip-tarded is my word, by the way. If you use it, just know that it's my word. Dip-tard, I made it up. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use it except people that heard me use it. So it's my word. Just throwing it out there. And so all my squads were being dip-tarded, and they started to run the wrong way. And so I had them run this way instead, because of the situation where my men were running and ran into themselves. And then this is a situation where I actually threw 2 grenades, even though I hadn't like thrown any at all this whole entire game. It was when we got up to this gun, I was like, throw 2 grenades and kill the people in the gun, and then I think he blows it up with his AT half-track. Not sure. I think it got blown up. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I should have taken it. Oh, and then here's why I actually threw 2 sticky bombs. Or 1. 1 sticky bomb. And blew that up like a boss. And so his futile resistance ended up not getting him anywhere. I actually lost a couple squads, or not squads, men. And for all of you people who don't like play Company of Heroes, it's always better to, almost always better to run a squad and like, even if it's down to 1 man, run the squad and reinforce it rather than just buy a new squad, because new squads cost like $270 and the unit in the squad costs like 27. And so he just like dropped because he knew that he was done. He'd lost. He knew it. Even though I would have like fought to the end, to the very bitter end, but he was like, no, I'm gonna quit. So he quit. And that was my gameplay. I hope you all liked it. I'm probably going to be putting up more gameplay videos since I just got software that'll let me do it. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your days. Like, if you, like, yeah, just enjoy your day, please. And yeah, so, alright, bye.